So Mason Iscariot has officially signed for Manchester United. He's been given the number 7 shirt. With that information in mind, the question that I want to explore today with my dear friend Ade Oladipo is, can Manchester United launch a serious bid for the Premier League title?
Mason Iscariot, scathing.
Accurate.
You.
Correct.
Don't know about that. Jeez.
Do you know what it was for me? It was the video. It was the video.
You seemed okay until that video.
The video, it just
threw you.
Treating everybody like
Mason
idiots.
Iscariot. Can United launch a sustained big bid for the league? Remember last season? Remember up until like 10 games to go? Remember? I think me and you were having a conversation. I think it was right here actually. And we were like, 1 second. United? They're not that far behind. And then all of a sudden they had that Palace result.
They went on a
where
run.
Elise scored.
Yeah, Elise scored he scored a free kick in the last
90th minute or something. And then it kind of just ended that hope of them winning. Can they win with just Mason Mount? No.
Not with just Mason Mount.
No.
We've got to predict the future a bit.
Okay, predict the future in terms of them potentially getting a body up front, a number 9 through the middle, and a goalkeeper. So, okay. So let's play the game then. If they get Mount, Anana, who they're going for, looks like they're very close, and this Højlund from Atalanta, who we don't know too much about, very much the next level down in terms of number 9s. So you've got your very best. He's definitely not in that. Maybe section 2 down.
What about Osimhen as well? We can't just totally discount him, can we?
I don't think they can afford Osimhen, which is crazy to say. The United that we've grown up, won't pay 120 million for Osimhen, and rightly so. I don't know if he's worth that kind of money.
26 goals he scored.
Is that a lot? Yeah,
it's a lot in Serie A, particularly when you do it for the team. When you do it for the team that ends a 33-year wait for a league. Yeah, mate.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't like. I have to be honest with you. My thoughts on how strong Serie A is, it has changed over the years. I mean, it's not what it was when we were growing up watching it. So when someone does 26 in that league, I'm not.
He's got
20, no, don't wrong. I think Osimhen's. I love him. From a Nigerian perspective, I love Osimhen. I think he's a fantastic striker. I feel like I need to see one more season if you're going to spend that kind. Mate, we're talking big money there. 130 million. I feel like I need to see it one more season. I think he's done it 2 in a row. I need one more. I need one more of that. But look, if they were to get Osimhen,
what about if they were to buy someone? Okay, because Osimhen and Kane, it feels too
almost
adventurous,
unreachable.
Let's go. They sign a striker, right?
Yeah.
So they've signed Mount. Let's say that they get a keeper, and then they sign a forward, but maybe not the forward that we're talking about. They sign a player like Balogun, like a player who's scoring, who's doing the business, but there's a little bit of jeopardy.
What, you're 15 goal a season, man?
No. The potential to be more than that, but isn't proved to be more than that.
Not enough.
You don't think they can do it?
Not enough.
Think about what they did last year.
Yeah.
They broke into the European Cup. They won a trophy. They finished 3rd in the league. In the end, they made the European spots at a canter.
And they did it without Weghorst.
Exactly.
Yeah, they did it without Weghorst.
And they also had a lot to navigate last year. It was hard for Ten Hag. He had to deal with the Cristiano Ronaldo issue. He had to deal with the Harry Maguire issue. Those problems are no longer there. It's looking like a takeover's looming, although we've been saying that for a long time. Is there enough in this Manchester United team? You think about the midfield, you've got their best midfield now is Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount.
Yeah.
That's as a midfield trio elite.
Yeah.
It's a flawless midfield.
It's good.
It's got everything. It's got everything you want in it. Bundles of goals, bundles of defensive cover, bundles of creativity. It's got everything you want in a midfield.
It's solid.
With a striker, and with Osimhen or Kane, I would totally reassess
So we're going Rashford from the left, yeah?
Rashford from the left.
The right's weak. Don't get me wrong. We can do this in every team. Every team's gonna have its weak spots, but I'm not a fan of Anthony at all.
No, but
I'm not a fan. If we're talking launching a sustained bid for the league, I'm not a fan. Bear in mind, Man City's right player doesn't even get minutes anymore, and he's frighteningly better than Anthony Mahrez.
Yes.
That's the levels you're playing with here. You look at all the other teams that are going for the league, and you look at the right-sided players: Saka, Salah, potentially Mahrez. Look at the level of those right-sided players I've just spoken about.
But they can offset that. They can offset because they could partly offset it by focusing their joy down the other flank. Like Mason Mount will play down the inside left channel.
And by the way, I think Rashford's quality.
Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, Marcus Rashford is a very good left side.
Very good.
Down the other side, Anthony could improve. His level could, like, I'm not suggesting.
Yeah. No, it could. It was first season, to be fair to him, yeah.
So his level could improve. Playing in a better team is going to make him a better player.
Yeah.
Playing with a forward, say the forward does come in, is going to make him a better player. Yeah. Playing with anyone aside from Wout Weghorst is going to make Anthony a better player, whatever spin.
Wan-Bissaka seems to now be the first choice right back.
Good enough? Yeah. I think he's good enough for what he does.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to be the marauding fullback. He's not going to be Kyle Walker, but he is certainly good enough for what he does.
I love that left side. By the way, not that I'm not a fan of his. I'm just, you know what it is? He's very much in the mould of what I actually would like sometimes at Liverpool, just a defensive right back as opposed to a marauding winger. I like that. But you look at that left side, and that left side is a lot better than the right side. I think, in terms of, so that right side would be, so the right side, it's Wan-Bissaka, Anthony, and maybe Bruno. That left side, though, Mason Mount, Luke Shaw, and Rashford.
Strong.
Title-winning left side.
Strong. Good, really strong. Good centre-halves at the club. Excellent central midfield. They need.
Why did you say good centre-halves as opposed to excellent centre-halves?
I'm not... I don't think that their centre-halves are, like, truly elite, but I think that they are very good and capable of winning a league. I don't think that there's... You know, there isn't a Ruben Diaz or a John Stones.
Yeah.
But there is certainly the rung below that.
Yeah, Varane is a solid defender.
Yeah, Martinez, assuming he comes back as strong. You know, they're a good team.
Yeah.
So the question is, can they actually now elevate to compete for the league properly? Like, they competed for the league, but it ended with a bit of a whimper. They made the Champions League spots fairly easily in the end, but the potential for them to win the league was over. Can it be May and they're still in with a shout of winning?
You know what it is with United? I don't know what it is. And look, anyone watching, this isn't my love for Liverpool. There's just something about it just seems missing. I don't know what it is. There's something about that team where it just maybe there always seems to be a couple of players short. Always seems to be something not quite right. And maybe when Onana comes in and he distributes like Alisson or Ederson, maybe it changes the way they play. Because maybe right now we're not even seeing Ten Hag football, because he doesn't have the players that can play the way he wants it to be.
This
and
is the problem, isn't
goalkeeper.
it, with De Gea?
Yeah.
This is the problem. You can never really see Ten Hag's true system until they sign Onana or someone.
I remember Gary Neville always used to say, and it used to wind me up all the time, that you're never going to win a league unless you have a world-class goalkeeper. Because remember, Liverpool, you know, Pepe Reina was closed and Jersey Dudek was closed. I never understood it until Alisson came to the club. And the amount of points he has saved us and created, if you think about the amount of times he's distributed to Salah a score, now I see what he's talking about.
Yeah. No, he's right.
So unless Onana comes in...
But I think Onana's going to go. I have no information on this.
Is he world-class, Onana?
Yeah.
Like the way we are talking Ederson,
so.
Alisson.
I thought he was brilliant in the Champions League final.
Well, very good, very good.
He played for a team that got to the Champions League final, which probably puts you in that conversation for world-class, just simply by being there.
Agreed.
He's got a very good relationship with Ten Hag. Ten Hag called him a masterful goalkeeper, didn't he? You know, they were at Ajax together for 5 years or whatever. So I have no inside information on this, but my feeling is that Onana will sign for Manchester United.
Okay.
Ten Hag knows how desperate he is. I think the fact that Manchester United came out and said David De Gea is their number one proves to me that he's not their number one, and they're going to go and try and sign Onana.
That's the way they do it.
They've just got to pay the money.
Pochettino done that with Kepa, isn't it? So I fully understand. And there's been talk about Amrabat coming in, Fiorentina midfielder. Obviously, you watched him at the World Cup. So all of a sudden, it's not just your starting 11. This is the difference between everyone and Man City. It's your bench that looks strong. So if you've got Amrabat coming off the bench or even starting...
Gosh, Amrabat would be an amazing signing, because the one criticism that you could level at that Manchester United midfield...
soft without Casemiro.
It's a little bit... Like, even with Casemiro, because he's the only one.
Yeah.
Like, look, Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount put in their fair share of tackles. They really do. But what they're not... I don't think anybody would describe Mason Mount, despite being terrier-like, not hard.
No,
not hard.
Yeah,
like he's not intimidated.
No,
you're not. He's not bullying you.
No,
even if he can get the ball off and stuff, he's not bullying you. And I think being a bully on a football pitch is a very good thing. But I think it's Michael Ballack was a bully, and that's why he was such a good player. Frank Lampard was a bully. Michael Essien was a bully.
Yeah, Rodri's a bully.
Yeah, and it's a
bully.
good thing.
Yeah,
there isn't enough of that. Whereas Amrabat,
a bully.
Amrabat. Do you remember the game in the World Cup?
Mate, forget the game in the World Cup. I remember the game against West Ham.
Yeah, he was great.
It was great in the final. It's great. And I was thinking, okay, let me watch him versus Declan Rice for a little bit.
Mate, do you know where I just fell in love with? Because he's my favourite kind of footballer.
Yeah.
I love that tenacious, aggressive, warrior-like footballer. Like when I was a kid, like Dennis Wise, despite being my height, was like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I loved him. Like I think because I was like, hang on a minute, he's from Shepherd's Bush. and he's my height, and he's doing this for Chelsea, and he's keeping Didier Deschamps out of the team. I love this bloke. I love that warrior-like quality. And Amrabat, it was a game against Spain, and obviously Morocco and Spain, there's a history, they're so close.
Yeah, there is.
The way that he played that game, he was like a warrior, a gladiator.
A man possessed.
And Manchester United you could suggest
and
that they don't have enough of that.
25 million. I'm hearing 25 million,
bargain,
which is
isn't it?
ridiculous. So look, it all centers around the number 9. As good as Amrabat is, as good as Onana is, it all centers around who are they going to get to put balls in the back of the net.
It's the number 9.
And they don't have enough players, apart from Rashford, that can put the ball in the back of the net. I think we can probably get a bit more from Bruno. Bruno should be hitting double figures. He did that on his first season. I think they need more. Jadon Sancho ain't giving you anything. I think we all know that now. Anthony will get you goals, but then it dries up. That is Mason Mount a goal scoring midfielder?
He scores goals. Yeah, he's got goals in him. Yeah. But he's got. I imagine that if it goes really well, we've got 10.
See, and that's what they lack. So when we did the video about Liverpool, and I rolled off Liverpool's front, wherever, there's goals all over the place there. And now there's goals from midfield. We know Arsenal have goals, 15 goals from everyone up front. Man City, they've got one guy that gets you 100. United, the drop-off from Rashford is quite severe. So they're going to need a number 9. So Onana's great, Amrabat's amazing, Mason Mount, woohoo, congratulations. If you don't get a number 9 to put the ball in the back of the net, I just don't think United have enough goals in them to win the league.
They need to go and sign someone else.
Yeah.
Go and sign Tony. Go and sign Balogun. Go and sign, if you
they're
can't...
good enough? They're not good enough.
They're good enough.
Tony potentially, but obviously he's banned for 8 months.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
He'll be back in January.
It matters, but do you know what I mean? Yeah, you make it work until then. I think what they can't do is go into the season maybe thinking Rashford's going to play through the middle or something.
Of course, that's what they're going to do. That's absolutely what.
If that happens, if Manchester United don't make a proper centre forward signing, they can't win the league. Simple as that.
Don't you think you can do a number 9?
Yeah, but you're losing him on the they need Rashford.
So Rashford isn't the problem. Jadon Sancho is. Sancho is the problem, because if Sancho dropped into this team like we thought he was going to, then Rashford's through the middle. That was the plan. Jadon Sancho on the left, Rashford through the middle, and Anthony. And it's Jadon Sancho's bad form that's making them think, okay, maybe Rashford has to go to the left now.
I think they've got to get clever. I think they've just got to get clever and sign, because Osimhen feels out of possibility. Kane, for some reason, hasn't gone yet. They've got to get clever. They've got to sign someone that I can't think of off the top of my head, or they've got to go and sign Tony or Tammy Abraham or someone. Do you know what I mean? Just someone.
Yeah, the issue they have is that they've had over the years so many stopgaps. Instead of having a number 9 that they used to for years, they've had so many stopgaps, whether it be Cavani, Ibrahimovic, Ronaldo, so many. And they could have done it this season. Me and you were speaking off camera about Benzema. It's almost like they need someone who's going to be there for 7 years. They need that guy. And that guy, I don't know who's out there at the moment. Rather than, we're going to get him until we get him. And they've been doing that, it feels like, forever. I mean, you can go back. There's more, isn't there? There's more strikers that just had like that forever. United now need your Ruud van Nistelrooy, you need a York and Cole, who's going to be at this club for 10 years.
Yeah, and that's the impossible signing.
That's the impossible signing.
This has been huge. Cards on the table. Can Manchester United win the league?
Yes.
They can.
Can, but won't.
But
I think Man United are one of 4 that can launch a sustained bid. That's the question you asked me. Don't change the question.
Yeah, can they compete properly for the league?
Yes.
Are they in a title race in May?
No.
Okay.
No,
get mixed messages from you.
They tease until March, and then, like most teams, they fall off because you've got to win 15 games in a row. They can't do that.
If they sign the centre forward, the proper centre forward, I think they can do it.
What, an elite one?
Yeah, elite.
Oh, then they
elite.
Can. Then they can, but I don't think they.
But if they don't do that, then no. Thank you very much for watching this video. Oladipo, thank you so much for joining me to explore it. Really do appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe to Ade's YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. Let us know your thoughts. Make sure that you click subscribe here. See you all in a bit.